Yeah, I think so. I saw the 60 Minutes piece on Mike Williams and what happened the 14 hours leading up to the oil blowing out, and I didn't know anything about that story. I didn't know that 11 men had lost their lives, and that definitely inspired me. Well, it's challenging to do monsters too. You know, it's this kind of action. The scope is always challenging. I think it's important to try and maintain a human connection to the characters that are going through that action. So it's not just things falling apart and blowing up and sinking. So the bigger challenge is, I think, keeping the audience invested in the emotion of what the characters are going through. I was lucky in casting to get, anytime you get Mark Wahlberg, I think you're lucky. But to get Kurt and John and Gina and Kate and Dylan, all around them are just very great actors. Some younger like Gina and Dylan, and some, veterans like Kurt Russell and John Malkovich. But all of them, like, in it. They were all there to be in this movie. They were hardworking and just feel nothing but love for all of them. Mark Wahlberg plays a man named Mike Williams, who was the last man off the rig. And Mike was with us every day filming and very involved. Dylan O'Brien plays a guy who got off the rig late too, named Caleb Holloway, and he was with us every day. And during the course of the filming, we had many families of the men who were killed coming down and sharing stories and seeing what we were doing and inspiring us to dig in and be focused and work as hard as we could to get the story right. They were all very inspirational to us. Quite a bit, particularly about the details of what was going on politically prior to the rig blowing up. What the men were disagreeing about, why things were sort of starting to get out of control, what the responsibility of BP was. We were able to sort of put together, it was kind of a mystery, if this horrible thing happened, and you try and figure out honestly how it happened. And it's hard because everyone has a different version of what happened. So we would try to take 30 or 40 different stories and do our best job to figure out what, a reasonable interpretation of the cause for that disaster was. I think there's many things. I think it's a great tale of heroism and looking at people who are willing to put themselves over here and help someone else. I think that's a beautiful part of this story. I think a look at how big business can make mistakes when they're too concerned with money. They can jeopardize safety, and it's important that we hold big businesses accountable so that, we let them make their money, that's okay, but they can't do it in a way that's going to cause something like this to happen. Not letting the size of the movie overshadow the human story. I think it's hard because you have all this giant spectacle and big fires and sets and explosions, but at the end of the day, you want to find the human story. You want to find the heart. And if you forget about the heart and just have the explosions, it's not going to work so well.